Agents. So I'm happy I got a new lens, and I watched a lot of your folks' videos, and I'm guilty of this too. One of my leaders just told me what he noticed after not meeting me in person ever, but doing a lot of Zoom conferences and things. And he said that I seem really. He said it sounded methodical, and that's just because when I do things, I tend to be methodical. But when I speak to people, I'm a lot more like this, just. And many of you might have heard on my whatever Zoom calls or I've spoken to you on the phone before. That's not how I speak. It's just how I think. So he suggested to bring more of that out into my videos. So I got this wonderful new lens, testing it out. And I just wanted to say that I'm going to try and get more opportunities for you folks to, ideas anyway, for you folks to get out there with video. And I think, even with the pandemic potentially slowing down, maybe we're going to start getting back to normal sooner than we think. These resources are going to be very valuable going forward. It's like I was telling everyone that the writing is on the wall. I think for sure in at least in the next 5 years, most people are going to feel more comfortable doing things like this online consultations. When I worked at the investment firm that I used to be a part of, we were getting into Skype for Business, meeting remotely with most of our clients. And a lot of it is not only because it's more convenient, but also because sometimes our clients could be in a long-term care home, a nursing home, or something where we would need to meet with them and the power of attorney. And the power of attorney could be in another state. I have clients who have their families lives in Nevada, family lives in California, and the mom lives out here, right? But I help the mom take care of their assets, so I need to loop everybody in. So this is one way to keep everybody informed. So learning how to use technology is going to give us a big step up, especially since I know that the group that I was a part of, the investment team anyway, only about 2 of these 7 advisors even tried to use the technology. And I know today everyone in that firm, while the firm is pushing it hard, no one's really adapting. So what I wanted to do right now is just give you a brief inventory of what I use. You don't have to use everything. You really only need to use your phone. So I have an iPhone 11. Oops, it's trying to call me now. Okay. So you have to touch the phones, all kind of notifications. Also, I have this helps. So I think I might have mentioned before that or maybe it was in my Bible study group, but I may mention that holding the camera like this, for you when you're like doing stuff and like however you do it, can be very, very tiring, especially if you're doing a Zoom call with someone and you're also trying to be in the moment. So there's these things here. It's a phone mount where you can actually mount your phone on here, and then attach it to a tripod. So my camera's currently on a tripod, and I have a separate tripod. Oh boy, where did I put my separate tripod? Well, so I have this thing here. This is a super small, super easy, quick little tripod. It's not working. There we go. So put the little mount thing on here, and you have a small desktop mount that you can film yourself or run the Zoom call through. Where is that other thing? Oh, this is what I was looking for. So this thing, this is kind of small, as you can see. It gets to about 18 inches when it's fully extendable. These things come out. So all of these links are in the description, my YouTube description below. You can find them if you got this in an email. I highly doubt I'm going to email this out, but on the YouTube channel, if you find that, it'll be all there. What else? Websites. So I've gotten a fair amount of requests for websites, and while many of us have like a group website, I know for Plan Advisors Hawaii, we have a group website for the Medicare side. But if you wanted to actually have like your own, and I think some of the leadership will agree with me, it's probably more important to have your own than to have you be a part of like someone else's web page, even though you can piggyback on the other web pages, SEO, like search engine optimization, and clout, and all those metrics. It's important to have your own page because you can control everything you put on it. Blogs, you can have family stuff on it, whatever you want. So look for videos in the future on how to do those things, how to make those. You can always pay for these services. I'm not going to say that that's not an option. You can pay. There's lots of different services out there that you can hire like a freelancer. But I think that it's important to really see what it takes to do it yourself. That way you know what you're paying for. When I look at some of the websites that are professionally done, that were professionally done for me last year, and I believe I was paying like maybe $300 to $400 a month for them. I mean, I could do it for 5-6 hours of my time now after learning how to do it. I mean, it took maybe a couple weeks to figure it out, but now I can spit these out. I can modify them. I don't got to pay somebody to go in and change things. So just go ahead and I'll make a video, or I'll reference some videos. You can learn how to make these, and it's relatively simple. So that's something else to look into. I'll put in the links for all my gear that I use. I have a light which I'm not using today. Today's a good day. It's about 3:30 p.m. and the lighting is okay. My camera is a camera that specializes in low light environment, so that could be a kind of a hack that I have. But I want to say that a lot of the other cameras, like even the iPhones and the Samsungs, all those phones, they are relatively easy to use, and they will adapt to low light situations. What else do I think is necessary? I do have a mic. I'm using a mic here. This microphone, it was about, I'll link it. It wasn't very expensive. You can also plug it into your iPhone or any phone that has a 1/8 of an inch input jack that can take headphones. So pretty much any phone, so that you can get less of the ambient noise, less of the outside noise, and more of your voice. Another thing that I have is, things are falling off my lap, but is this pop filter. The pop filter I use when I am doing podcasts, which I haven't released any yet, but I intend to. And these podcasts are pretty much, it's like I'm sure you've heard of it before. It's like listening to an audiobook, listening to radio, very similar. And then I have this Yeti mic, which actually goes like this, and it has a mount, and you speak through it like that. And what that does is it gives me better audio, for people who are listening to my podcasts, wherever they get podcasts, on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, wherever. So those are some other things that I get, and I'll link it in the description below. And also a mount, because if you put this thing directly on your desk, you'll get this terrible hissing that even with my Audition and my Adobe Creative Suite, I can't seem to get rid of it. So that's something to also consider. It's probably like $30. I'll link that one too. And the last thing that I would suggest getting, aside from like this awesome computer, which I won't link because people, you can get a pretty decent computer, just run it by me. Maybe if I get enough questions, I'll go ahead and put like what you basically need to make this stuff happen. and what I think you might want if you want to actually do this, like how I do it, where I edit like a video every other day and I shoot a video every other day. But Adobe Creative Cloud is amazing for all types of media editing and post-production. You can make pictures look amazing. I'm more leaning toward less post-production just because I think it makes you feel more human on the other end of the line, versus feeling too produced. But yeah, that's kind of the day one of what I have in my bag and what I'm building and how I'm building. I'll probably post some more stuff about the more how I'm doing things later on. But for now, I think that's enough. You guys have a blessed day. Keep safe, guys, and keep recording. Get more videos out there so your clients can see you. All right, bye. All right, guys, got the new lens in. It's Trader Joe stuff. Gonna need this. Oh. What's up with the dogs? There it is.